Okay, the recipe calls for 3 cups of salted peanuts, 2.5 tablespoons of butter, 2 cups of peanut butter chips, 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk, 2 cups of miniature marshmallows, and optional is kosher salt or sea salt, and that is going to be non-existent in my recipes. I'm going to just use the salted peanuts, and the salted peanuts need to have no skin. Okay, the recipe says to place 1.5 cups of peanuts in an 11 by 7 ungreased pan. I've got my 11 by 7 pan, but I'm going to put wax paper. I'm going to put the peanuts on the wax paper. I just find when I'm making bar cookies or any type of candy like this that it's always easier to have the wax paper, so it's easier to remove the bars or the candy. So go ahead and add 1.5 cups of peanuts to your pan. Okay, now we're supposed to add our peanut butter chips, I'm sorry, and the 2.5 tablespoons, oh my goodness, I'm going to get it right, of butter to a saucepan, and over low heat we're going to stir this until it gets good and melted. Okay, now once your peanut butter chips and your butter is melted, it says to take it off the heat, and we're going to be adding the marshmallows, the 2 cups of marshmallows, and the sweetened condensed milk. So I'm going to add that sweetened condensed milk and my marshmallows. And then it just says to stir it really good. Come on out, milk. So we're going to stir this up. Okay, I ran into a little problem. My peanut butter chips and butter mixture was not quite hot enough to melt my marshmallows and that sweetened condensed milk. So I'm putting it right back on the stove, and I'm going to try to heat it up and see if that helps. I hope it's not going to harden, but we'll see. What the heck kind of marshmallows did I buy? Obviously the kinds that are not wanting to melt tonight. And the reason I keep shutting the camera off when I stir is because I can't find my wooden spoon, and we used the plastic one earlier to make dinner, and I don't want you guys to hear the okay, so that's why I keep cutting it off. Okay, you guys, I'm updating again because these marshmallows do not want to melt at all. What the heck is going on? I'm still trying. Okay, we're finally getting somewhere. I think I'm going to go ahead and take it off the heat and let the rest of the marshmallows dissolve on their own. Now the recipe says to get your pan of peanuts, and we're just going to pour the peanut butter mixture on top. Now we are to take the rest of the peanuts and sprinkle on top. And I'm not going to measure mine. I'm just going to sprinkle however many I want to, because this is mine. Careful not to poke your little fingers in there, friends, because it is hot. Alright, I think that'll be enough peanuts. And now, and if the peanuts are not salty enough, it says you can add that kosher salt, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna leave it like it is. And now we are going to put this in the refrigerator. I'm going to actually put mine in the freezer for about an hour, and we're gonna let it chill, and it should harden up, and then we'll be able to cut it. Okay guys, so I put this in the freezer last night for 1 hour and let it chill. I took it out, it was still very soft. So I put it in the refrigerator overnight while I slept and got up today, and it is still really soft. I mean, look, see, it's definitely not bar form yet. So I'm going to try to put it back in the freezer for a little bit and see if it gets to the consistency where I can actually cut it. I mean, right now it's just, yeah, I'm not going to be able to cut it. Maybe spoon it, but not cut it. So I'm crossing my fingers that it's going to turn out, because it just seems so simple. And yeah, but yeah, last night was kaputs. Okay guys, I let them sit in the freezer for a while and they got hard. So I took them out and they were hard enough for me to actually cut. However, once I got all of them cut and put on a plate, this is what's happening. I don't know if you can see, but once they start defrosting a little bit, they are getting all ooey and gooey again. All right, let me see if I can get one, pick one up. All right, see, here is the bar. I mean, they still look good. They still taste good. It's just a big mess. And I actually went back and read the comments, and I should have done that before. There were several that were having the same issues. One being the marshmallows were not melting fast enough, which, you know, that could be a heat issue. I mean, nothing to do with the recipe. And then also they were an ooey gooey mess like this. So, I mean, look at this. You literally have to scoop it up. And this is after being in the refrigerator and then in the freezer overnight. So I probably won't be making these again. They might turn out for someone else a little bit different, because I know there was a couple that said that they turned out fine. And the ones on the pin were just beautiful, and they were in bars, and they weren't ooey and gooey. I mean, look at this. We're gonna have to get a spoon and eat this. But yeah, that's how mine turned out. Let me show you this one. I mean, I can't even pick this up. Look. Yeah. See? They were good enough and frozen, and I was able to cut them, and now, yeah, back to a big old glob. I don't know, maybe you've got some tips or techniques that will make this better, but at least I tried it, and, but yeah, I mean, the mixture actually tastes pretty good. It tastes like a payday, but I don't know, just something's missing there. Look, mess, oh my goodness. Okay, but that is the payday, well, they're not called payday bars. She called them something else. The sweet and salty bars, I believe, but they're supposed to taste like a payday. They are good, just messy.